Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Former WWE United States Champion LA Knight is still one of the most popular names in the company. The veteran has been getting incredible reactions from the crowd over the past few months and has been at the top of his career. He had a brief but decent run as United States Champion, and fans believed it was just the beginning of something much bigger. However, WWE's booking for Knight doesn't seem to be up to the mark. Despite being red hot just a few months ago, Knight's momentum has completely derailed, having lost key matches and not being involved in the title picture anymore. While Knight is still one of the most popular and beloved names in the company, he is not getting the opportunities that he should get from the creative team. Fans have been noticing that Triple H has seemingly given up on the star. Let's check out a few signs that hint at that. LA Knight clearly has no direction with his current character in the company. This star has not been getting big feuds over the past few months, which has massively affected his momentum. The star was once involved in the Bloodline feud, but WWE immediately shifted to the Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu story, taking Knight out of the picture. The megastar was recently engaged in a feud with Seth Rollins and his faction, but the Visionary's recent injury turned out to be another instance of hard luck for him. This is a clear sign that Knight needs more fuel in his character to make himself irresistible to fans. LA Knight's run has been consistently capped at the mid-card level, despite proving he can connect with the audience better than most of the top names in the company. While WWE once teased a main event push, Knight never got an opportunity to step up over the United States title picture. Since losing the title, things have been worse for the megastar. His career has been on a downward spiral lately, and just one big push could help him regain all his momentum and get him back to the top. However, the lack of opportunities after a certain level is a big sign that Triple H has lost interest in him. One of the biggest surprises that left everyone stunned was the absence of one of the biggest stars in the industry, LA Knight, from the match card of SummerSlam. Since Seth Rollins' injury, Knight has not been very active on TV and is seemingly set to miss this weekend's edition of the biggest party of the summer as well. This is one of the biggest signs that the Stamford-based company has completely lost interest in the star and is now sidelining him. However, fans won't accept that for long, thanks to the love they have for the veteran. Time will tell what Triple H has planned for the megastar once he returns to TV. Ishan writes for the WWE vertical at Sportskeeda. While he is a finance student, Ishan is an avid pro wrestling fan, which has led him to pursue a career in sports journalism. Before joining Sportskeeda, Ishan worked for various renowned websites such as Give Me Sport and Fansided, and has nearly 3 years of experience. He relies only on credible sources like Cage Match when reporting on a topic. Ishan cross-checks his work multiple times to ensure it is factually correct. Ishan's favorite pro wrestler is Seth Rollins. He admires the Visionary's never-give-up attitude and work ethic. In fact, it was the Shield's memorable WWE debut in 2012 that got him hooked on sports entertainment in the first place. Ishan would love to interview Rollins someday. When not reporting on pro wrestling, Ishan loves to watch movies and occasionally play cricket. Once a shining beacon of potential in WWE's mid-card, the former United States champion now finds himself languishing in creative obscurity. As the chief content officer, Triple H, also known as The Game, has shown tremendous acumen in elevating talent, from revitalizing NXT to turning mid-carders into main eventers. But sometimes, even the King of Kings has to fold his cards. In this case, the writing may already be on the wall for a former U.S. champion. Whether due to backstage politics, a shift in booking philosophy, or just plain bad luck, these 3 signs point to one inescapable truth. Triple H might have quietly given up on pushing this superstar to greater heights. In WWE, being present matters. Weekly exposure on Raw or SmackDown is currency in the business. The former United States champion in question has seen his on-screen time dwindle to mere cameos, if that. No meaningful feud, no direction, and certainly no microphone time. For a performer who once thrived under bright lights with the U.S. title draped over his shoulder, this sudden vanishing act speaks volumes. Take a look at how stars like LA Knight, Chad Gable, or even The Miz, a multi-time mid-card champion, continue to maintain relevance. Whether through promos, matches, or backstage skits, they stay in the mix. Contrast that with the former champion, who has become a ghost in WWE programming. Triple H has proven he values momentum and crowd connection. So when a superstar who once had both suddenly vanishes without explanation, it's hard not to interpret it as a signal of fading interest from the top. In WWE, absence is rarely a good sign, unless you're Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar. The premium live events, PLEs, are where WWE cements its narratives. Whether it's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or even smaller shows like Backlash or Payback, these events shape a wrestler's trajectory. Yet, the former US champion hasn't sniffed a PLE match in months. Not a kickoff segment, not a backstage angle, nothing. Compare this to Triple H's clear affection for stars like Gunther or Santos Escobar. Gunther, for instance, has transformed the Intercontinental Championship into must-see television. Escobar, even when not in a title picture, often finds himself in high-profile storylines or meaningful multi-man matches. When a superstar like this one doesn't even appear in a multi-man ladder match or battle royal, matches that typically act as creative safety nets to keep underutilized talent in play, it screams creative pause, if not complete abandonment. Triple H is known for long-term storytelling, but if a character is left unused for too long, the audience stops caring. WWE seems to know this. The question becomes, does Triple H still care? If you look at this wrestler's recent booking, on the rare occasions he is booked, you'll notice a familiar disheartening pattern. A brief push, a few wins on main event or dark matches, a return to television, maybe a six-man tag. Then, just as quickly as he appeared, poof, gone again. Triple H has used this strategy before, usually when trying to gauge fan reaction or test if a certain character tweak lands. Think of how he slowly rebuilt Dominic Mysterio or rebranded Karrion Kross. But the difference is that when Triple H is truly behind someone, they stay visible. When he isn't, well, you get a few throwaway matches followed by radio silence. The former US champion has had just enough moments to suggest WWE hasn't completely forgotten him, but not nearly enough to convince fans a genuine push is in play. He's been caught in creative purgatory, with no map out. This try-again-later approach can't sustain a career for long, and it likely means Triple H, if not entirely done, is close to walking away from this particular pet project. Let's be honest, by now, fans have probably guessed the identity. Whether it's Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, or Apollo Crews, the signs apply eerily well to a small group of ultra-talented but perpetually sidelined superstars. Each of them has been US champion, or in Crews' case, Intercontinental champion, and all have experienced the kind of booking limbo this article describes. Once dubbed the future of high-flying wrestling, Ricochet was a centerpiece of NXT under Triple H's watch. He became North American champion and seemed destined for even bigger things. But on the main roster, despite winning the US and Intercontinental titles, Ricochet's booking has been inconsistent at best, damaging at worst. Even his thrilling matches, like his series with Logan Paul or his show-stealing performances in MITB, haven't led to anything long-term. He delivers every time he's in the ring, but the follow-up is always lacking. That falls on creative, and ultimately on Triple H. WWE is a company of second chances. Just look at Drew McIntyre's career, or even Jinder Mahal's improbable title run. Triple H's own resurgence as a creative force shows how quickly things can change. So no, all hope is not lost for this former champion. A heel turn, a new alliance, or a bold character reinvention could easily bring him back into the fold. But as it stands, the three signs are undeniable. Triple H has, at the very least, put this superstar on the shelf creatively, if not completely given up. In a business that waits for no one, that's a dangerous place to be. So to the fans still holding out hope, keep the faith, but keep your eyes open. Because unless something changes soon, we may have already witnessed the peak of this once promising WWE career.